All right, let's just jump right in. We're looking at what might be the single most important month in Tesla's entire history. And I'm not talking about a typical product launch or another earnings call. We're talking about a 30-day window in April 2026 that could change everything for the company, forever. And really, that brings us to the biggest question of all. Because when you see everything that's supposed to happen, you gotta ask, is this it? Is this the month Tesla finally stops being just a car company and becomes something, well, something else entirely? Something the market has no clue how to even define yet. Just look at this. It's a perfect storm. We're not talking about one thing. We're talking about 8 massive events happening all at once. You've got autonomous driving, robotics, AI, infrastructure, payments, even space exploration. Any single one of these would be a game changer. But all of them together in 1 month? Whoa. This is basically Tesla pulling back the curtain and showing us the entire master plan they've been working on for the last decade. Okay, so let's break this down. First up, the big one, the robotaxi revolution. And you gotta understand, this is way more than just a cool new car. Think of it as them laying the foundation for a whole new kind of transportation system. It's all built on 3 key pillars, right? You've got the hardware, the car, you've got the software, the brain, and you've got the network it all runs on. And the economics here are just mind-blowing. Look at this. On one side, you've got how things work now. Your car, my car. They just sit there doing nothing 95% of the time. It's crazy. Then on the other side, you've got the Cybercab, a car built from the ground up for one job. No steering wheel, no pedals. And the cost? Potentially less than 20 cents a mile. How? Simple. You take the driver out of the equation, and you keep that car working 24/7. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just one benefit. It's like a snowball effect. First, you get rid of the driver. Bam, costs plummet. That means the car can run all day and night. Then you can add the 7 million Teslas already on the road to this network. Suddenly, you're not just selling cars anymore. You're collecting a slice of every single ride. That's recurring revenue. And get this, every mile driven is more data to make the AI smarter. It's a feedback loop that just keeps getting stronger and stronger. So the Cybercab is the body, right? But the software, full self-driving, that's the brain. And the new version coming in April, 14.3, is what Elon himself called the last big piece of the puzzle. I mean, when the CEO says that about a software update, you probably ought to pay attention.
So what's so special about it? Well, it's about reasoning. It's the difference between just seeing a red light and understanding that it's a school zone at 3 p.m. and there might be kids around. The AI trains itself by running millions of what-if scenarios in a simulation. And the neural net behind it all, it's just gigantic. This is the software that, in theory, unlocks fully unsupervised driving and lets the whole robotaxi network expand.
And this isn't just a US story. Get this. On April 10th, they're expecting the very first FSD approval in Europe. Why is that so huge? Because of how the EU works. That one single approval could act like a key, unlocking the door to 27 other countries. We're talking about opening up a whole new continent for FSD subscriptions, almost overnight. Okay, let's pull back for a second, because the robotaxi network, as big as it is just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. It fits into this whole ecosystem of technology that Elon's been building all along. And this is where things get a little wild. Starship. We're talking about dropping the cost to get stuff into space from $2,700 a kilogram all the way down to about $150. So you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with Tesla? Well, everything. At that price, you could put massive AI data centers in orbit, running on free solar power. A successful test flight in April is a massive signal that this crazy idea is actually possible. So you're in a robotaxi. How do you pay? You're not going to swipe a credit card. That's where X-Money fits in. It's designed to be the built-in, seamless payment system for this whole network. And it's launching in April, inside an app that, 600 million people already use? Yeah, that's the plan. And then, just to grab some headlines, you've got the new Roadster, also dropping in April. Now, this car isn't about selling millions of units. No way. This is a classic halo product. It's a statement piece. It's designed to blow people's minds and show off what happens when Tesla and SpaceX engineers work together. I mean, they're literally putting rocket thrusters on a car. It's pure theater, but it's theater with a purpose. But okay, now we get to what might just be the biggest piece of this whole thing. The one that still feels like it's straight out of science fiction. The humanoid robot, Optimus. This is where all the threads, the AI, the manufacturing, the hardware, all come together. The engineers who built it have this great description of the new Gen 3 version. They say it looks like a human in a superhero suit. And that's not just a cool line, It actually speaks to their whole design philosophy, making something incredibly complex look simple, elegant, and, most importantly, easy to build at scale. And the jump from Gen 2 to Gen 3 is huge. It's lighter, its hands are way more capable, and crucially, it uses the same vision AI system that the cars use. But look at that last line, production status. This isn't just another lab experiment. Gen 3 is the one they plan to mass produce. That's the real headline here. So what's the brain behind the brain? What's training both FSD and Optimus? It's this thing called Cortex-2. Think of it as a monster supercomputer, a cluster of 100,000 GPUs, and it's scheduled to wake up in April. The timing is, let's just say, not a coincidence. It's coming online right when FSD and Optimus need that horsepower the most. So, okay, let's put it all together. You take all of these pieces, the cars, the robots, the software, the rockets, and after a month, like April 2026, you have to just stop and ask, what is this company? Because it's clearly not just a car company with some hobbies anymore. The business itself is completely shifting. Think about it. The old way was simple. You buy a car, Tesla gets paid once. Done. The new model? It's all about recurring revenue. Money that comes in every month, every day, every hour. FSD subscriptions, a slice of every robotaxi fare, a tiny fee on every X-money payment, and eventually leasing out fleets of Optimus robots. That's not a car company's business model. That's the business model of an AI platform. Now, okay, let's pump the brakes for a second and be real. We have to do a reality check. Elon's timelines, well, they're known to be a little ambitious. Ramping up production is always incredibly hard. And a giant rocket like Starship, yeah, test flights can and do fail. So there are absolutely good reasons to be skeptical here. But here's the other side of that coin. Even if some of this stuff gets delayed a bit, a month, a quarter, whatever, it almost doesn't matter. The point is that all these different massive projects are all coming to a head at the same time. This isn't some far-off promise anymore. It's the convergence, the sheer fact that it's all happening now that changes the entire story. And when you boil it all down, this is really the core idea. Right now, Wall Street pretty much looks at Tesla as a car company with a little AI project on the side, maybe an 85-15 split. The argument is that April 2026 is the moment that could flip that ratio on its head. It forces everyone to ask, wait, should we be valuing this as an AI and robotics company that just happens to also make cars? So, I'll just leave you with this question. When one company is making self-driving cars and humanoid robots and the biggest rockets ever built and the AI that ties it all together, what do you even call that? I don't know the answer, but April 2026 looks like the month the world is going to have to seriously start trying to figure it out.